Outside looking in, it feels a lot different than it did just a week ago. I mean, how's it feel on the inside? I mean, those two losses change the way you guys are, the locker room, anything?
No, our guys, they have done what we've asked them to do. We do everything. We have a way we do things, win, lose, or draw, whatever it may be. We have a process that we go through, and we expect to continue to get better. We're just now getting ready to head into February. And our goal has and always will be to be the best team we can be, and at the end of the year. And along the way, you obviously want to win basketball games. And we've been, like I said, we've lost 4 games. I think 3 of them the top. I think every game we've lost to a team that's been ranked at some point in time. So we're not entitled to win any games, and we're not going to do everything every night to win those games. That's because it's such a fine line. And we can go back to our losses, and again, not to take away anything from the people that beat us, but we can take away from it that we didn't do what we were supposed to do to put ourselves in a position to win those games. And so it's all about getting better, not just as a team, but as individuals and as coaches. But we've got still a long way to go.
What's the biggest point of emphasis from that first Florida game that has to change tomorrow?
Things from game to game don't change as much as probably think people they do. I mean, matchups, way you've played and all that, but in terms of winning basketball games, you have to take care of the fundamentals. You've got to rebound the ball. You got to take care of the ball. You hope you make shots. I mean, that's something that if you ask every coach before the game, if you could have one thing tonight, they say, let's make a lot of shots. And you guys been around the game know that doesn't always happen. But you got to be able to find a way to stay in games when you're not making shots, and hope at some point in time you make enough to help you win them. But our game plans are almost, we don't ever want to let people get out and get easy baskets, so that's transition defense, rebounding, taking care of the ball. If you do that and hopefully play defense where we're capable of it, gives us a chance at the end to maybe win.
How badly does this team need to see some shots go in early just to get
Well, that's anybody. I mean, obviously, when you miss as many, we had 33 uncontested shots the other night, and didn't make them, and that's the game. But it's a whole new game, and there was times in the year where we made those shots. I mean, we have confidence that we can take them. But it's just knowing again when, where, and with the rhythm that we practice with.
What adjustments can you make when a team is packing the paint the way Kentucky was to maybe find a different avenue for success offensively if shots aren't falling?
It's tough because it's hard to pass the ball in there. It's hard to pass it in there. When they're back there, it's tough. I mean, the remedy to all of it is obviously making shots, but if you're not doing that, you need to move the defense to try to create driving lanes. You need to create rebounding lanes, all that. But it can be demoralizing. Which again, I thought at the end of the game, well, one possession, it took us 4 attempts to get one, but. It's part of it. I mean, teams go through it. We're not the only team that has gone through nights when they don't shoot the ball well, and but as long as we can learn from it, and what your question is a good one, because what do you do? And the fact is, you've got to. What you don't want to happen is everybody that gets the ball thinks I've got to try to take a shot. You like guys to touch the ball and get some movement and try to make the defense see something different, but you've got to move the defense.
Is this team too reliant on 3-pointers, or is it just a matter of taking better 3-pointers?
No, I don't.
The way the ball moves?
Guys have seen us play. I mean, we got. You look at numbers. We're pretty balanced with a lot of different things. But again, when you're not shooting, teams pack it in there. You want to throw it in there, knowing that possibly your post guys won't even have the room to operate there. We lose a game, and again, I'll say it, and I said it the other night. We've lost 4 games. So you guys act like we're going to panic. We're not. We got a lot of basketball left, and none of them is going to be easy. We could lose a lot more. I've said before. I mean, everybody. I can't tell how many texts people sent me. Trying to be nice to me, saying, hey, a couple years, 2 years ago, Connecticut lost 5 in a row, won the national championship. There's a long way to go, and that's how we look at it. It's about getting better, and our goals haven't changed, and we'll continue to work at trying to get better. What we need to do.
As someone.
Okay, you mentioned post-game that you wanted maybe Cade to be more involved on offense, just get more touches that way. He's talked a little bit about how he's developing his jumper. Is that maybe an aspect of his offense that we'll start to see, not just the lob?
You hope. that's what you hope. I mean, we want to see Felix, him, Igor, those guys. I mean, the other night, our front line, I thought we didn't have, our guards missed a lot of shots the other night, and what we'd like to see is for everybody to put it together at the same time. That's what you're hoping to get.
Oh, so he could already be involved that way, because sometimes
Well, he
you say
did,
that,
yeah,
like,
yeah. I mean, he's got to get the ball. Like he made a nice. It all goes back to, I keep using the term. You got to know where your space is on the court. You got to get there. And when you get it, you got to get there. You got to know what you're going to do with it. And it's that simple.
Coach Steve-
As someone who loves the teaching aspect, the improvement aspect of the game, are seasons like this, do you enjoy coming to work a little bit more? I know you don't want the losses, but as opposed to a year like last year where you have such a hot streak for so long, do you find you can find more improvement in times like these and more time to coach?
I don't think it's easy. I mean, every year you go through the ups. Everybody does. I mean, I learned a long time ago. You start thinking about our team, the concerns we have. All I know is every team's got concerns. That I know, and so that's why we worry about ourselves, what we need to do. And I think in terms of, I don't think in terms of last year or this year. My whole deal is today's year. That's all I got, and I hope our guys come in focused to do what our system calls for us to do today. They did it yesterday, and I expect them to come in today to do it, and then we'll go Saturday and see if we can do what we've talked about.
Coach D. Stone played 17 minutes the other night. What would you like? Let's get him on the floor.
Again, I like the fact he's really trying to focus defensively, and he's trying to rebound the ball. I like the fact he put it on the floor and made an aggressive move to the basket as opposed to just standing thinking I got to make a three or score to stay in the game. There's not a guy on this team that has to score to stay in the game if he's doing the other things to help us win basketball games. I want guys that want to impact the game. We want guys who impact the game when shots aren't going in. And we've been right there in all of our losses with the exception of one. And we just got to keep doing what we're doing and hope at the end we find a way to, in the last minute, to come out on top.
Was there something that led to that game for D-Stone? It seemed like there was more intensity, more aggressiveness from him on the court.
Well, again, we've talked about it all year, to be honest with you. That's what we want to see. I think sometimes, I can't tell you when guys switch might come on or whatever it may be. The question is, can we keep it? Can you take it to another level? And that's not just him, it's everybody. You know, the thing that was disappointing, I thought we played and competed so hard at Auburn and come back and have some of the lapses we had on defense were disappointing. And those are the things that you ask the question why, and there's not the only answer you got is the focus leading up to it wasn't the same, even though you're, like I said, we've got a system we're going through today, but if you're not into it mentally, if you're going through the motions mentally, which is hard to tell sometimes as a coach, you're not going to get good results.
Was Sakai full go at practice yesterday with his knee?
No, he didn't practice yesterday, but I've just walked in the building. I don't know, I haven't heard yet where he is, but my gut feeling is knowing him that he'll be ready to play.
What can the guards do on the rebounding to help the posts out when you face a team like Florida that's one of the best offensive rebounding teams?
Nothing changes every game, I'm telling you. They have a job to do to get to the areas on the court when the shot goes up. On offense, on defense, we expect everybody to block out and do their job, and if it means to go rebound out of your area, you've got to go rebound out of your area.
Is that a concern with Zakai not practicing? Is that a concern with Zakai not practicing? Is there a worry there?
No, not at all. Not one bit.
What does Bishop need to do to see more minutes?
Like he did the other night, played really hard. I thought he was a real bright spot. I thought he went in and his effort was what we needed, and he'll continue to do that and take care of the ball. He'll get more minutes.
how's the attitude of the team been since that loss?
These guys are terrific. I've never seen this group with a bad attitude.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you,
Thanks, Coach.
appreciate it.
This is on yours, Paige.